Since I haven't worn my OMG headband in a while, I figured I'd go ahead and put it on for today. You can actually get this in Ulta right now. Well, it's online. I haven't seen it in store, but you can pick this up online at Ulta. It's by the brand DoubleDareSpa. They have black and they have this pink one online if you guys are interested. But today we're going to be doing some makeup. I'm actually going to be dipping into a couple of new products, trying out those products, as well as some of my favorite products from Sephora, because Sephora is having their sale starting the 1st of November, which is Friday. Is it Friday? I think it's Friday. Let me see. Yep, so Friday is the 1st. So if you're VIB Rouge, you'll get 20% off your purchase. And if you are VIB, I think it's 15% off. And if you are a beauty insider, it's going to be 10% off. I'm actually going to have all of the information that you will need down below in the description, just in case I said that wrong, but I will have it down below so you guys can check that out. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Going into moisturizer, I want to definitely recommend the Too Faced Hangover Hydrating Serum. This is called the Hangover Good in Bed Ultra Replenishing Hydrating Serum, and I'm actually going to have everything that I talk about and everything that I use down below in the description for you guys. But I highly recommend this. If you have dry skin, even if you have oily skin, I highly recommend this. This wears really good under your makeup. It's not too dewy. It actually soaks into the skin really, really fast. So this is also another product that I will use today. But I just put a couple of drops on like that, and then I just rub it in. It's really thin, which is what I like, and it does absorb into the skin really fast. And I also like to use this even on days when I don't wear makeup. I just put a little on and then go on top of that with a moisturizer if I want. But I like this. It's definitely hydrating and it just wears really nicely under the makeup. Another moisturizer that I recommend, that I have been using all month long because I threw it in my everyday makeup stash, is the Origins Energy Boosting Gel Moisturizer. Now, if you are an OG, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know this is one of my favorite moisturizers. I think this is my 3rd bottle, and I'm actually almost out of this because, like I said, I threw this in my everyday makeup drawer for the month. So this is definitely great. It's a gel moisturizer, so it's not thick. It's very lightweight. It also wears really nicely under your makeup if you are looking for a nice lightweight moisturizer to wear under your makeup. This is really, really good. Feels really good on the skin. It has a really nice citrusy scent, which is what I freaking love, especially in the morning times. I love those citrusy, fresh scents. So this is really nice to wear by itself or under your makeup. Primers, the one that I've been loving recently that I have been using for the past 2 weeks is this one by Ren. This is new to me. This is also another product that I shared in my Sephora haul about 2 weeks ago. I like this because this gets really tacky on the skin and it allows your makeup to stay in place all day long. Kind of like the Milk Hydro Grip, if you guys are familiar with that primer, which is also another primer that I recommend. I just don't have it in front of me. But it's kind of like the Milk Hydro Grip. It's actually a little bit more liquidy-er than the Hydro Grip, as you guys can see. So it goes on really, really liquidy, but it gets tacky on the skin, just like the Milk Hydro Grip. So I pretty much just press it in like this on the skin, and then I just let it sit for a few minutes because this is the part where I go in and do my brows. And speaking of brows, the Fenty brow pencil is another product that I've been loving, that I highly recommend. My top favorite brow pencil that you can get from Sephora is the Benefit Precisely My Brow, which I used to use all the time. I just kind of set it to the side because I've been experimenting with different brow products, and I've actually been using more drugstore affordable brow pencils more than I have high-end brow pencils. But between Fenty and Benefit Precisely My Brow, I feel like Benefit is still kind of up there. The Fenty, I would have to say, is second to best, just kind of between those two. But this is a good brow pencil. I think my favorite thing about this brow pencil is the brush on it. It's very, very different than all other brow pencils that I've seen, and I like how it actually attaches to your brows. When I first saw this, I thought, okay, that's not gonna really brush my brow hairs. It's kind of just gonna rub it instead of just gripping the hairs, but it actually grips the hairs, which I like. So if you haven't tried this brow product out yet, this is a good time to get your hands on it. And by the way, I am in the shade Black Brown. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my brows, and then we will come back and talk about some more products. Okay, so the brows are done for now, and I cleaned them up a little bit with some concealer, but I'm gonna put on a lip balm. This one is by Biossance. This is what I use all the time. I put this on by itself. I put this on under a lip product. I just always use this, and as you guys can see, I have used and abused this balm. But this is also another one that I would highly recommend if you're looking for a good moisturizing lip balm. Anyway, let's talk about foundation. So the one I'm using today is the Milk foundation stick. I have the shade Golden Deep. I used this one in another video. It was like a testing new product video, but it wasn't like a full day wear test. But I did tell you guys I would follow up with you and let you know my thoughts on the foundation stick, which I love. This has become my everyday foundation stick, and it kind of, I think I said it in the video where I shared this, but it kind of reminds me of the Mented foundation stick in a way, but it's not as dewy as Mented. I like how this gives me a nice flawless skin-like finish. It looks so good on the skin. By the way, this is a sponge by Sonia Kashuk. I feel like I have to say that in all of my videos every time I use this, because I always get questions on the sponge that I'm using. But yeah, Sonia Kashuk, you can get it from Target. But yeah, I love how this foundation looks, and I also like how it lasts on my skin throughout the day. It does not look cakey. It doesn't look like it's separating in this area, because I always get oily right here, but there's no separation right there. And I've actually been pairing it with the Ren primer. I haven't really used it with any other primer because I've just been wearing or using these. Oops. I've just been using those two products a lot recently, but I feel like the foundations still compare really good with any other primer. I just like these two together. Another foundation that I would recommend is the Too Faced Born This Way. I feel like I always recommend that one in my Sephora recommendations videos, but I highly recommend that one. The Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. Let's talk about new ones, because I know the Born This Way has been out for a while, but Anastasia Beverly Hills, Urban Decay Naked, what is it, the Stay Naked foundation and concealer. I don't have those in front of me, but the Urban Decay concealer and the foundation that just came out this year is bomb. Bomb, 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 along with the Anastasia foundation. Another one that I tried out, oh, the Fenty Hydrating foundation. That one's good too. I like that one better than the original Fenty Pro Filter Soft, what do they call it? The soft matte foundation. Well, the first foundation that they came out with. I like the hydrating one better. But those are my top 3 foundations that were released this year that I would recommend to you guys. And then of course the Milk foundation stick. So concealers. I'm actually going to be using a new concealer today, which I have yet to try out. I'm going to try out this Benefit, what is it? Boing Full Coverage Concealer. I have 3 different shades, and these were sent to me to try out from Benefit. So I have the shade number 11, number 10, and number 12. I haven't heard anything about these concealers, like I haven't really heard anyone talk about them. So we're gonna put them to the test today. I don't know what shade would work. I think these are available on, I know they're available at Ulta, but I wanna say they're also available on Sephora too. But this is number 10. And then, gotta make sure I'm still filming. I better not break a nail while I'm trying to open this thing. Then we have number 12. Okay, 12 is gonna be too dark for me as a under eye concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one back in the box, and I will give this one away. And then number 11, I almost wanna say number 10 is gonna be it for today, but let me get this out of the freaking box. All right, so there's number 11. They look pretty close. Pretty close. Let's use, I hate to use one and then it not work, and then that's a waste because I would love to just give it away. But I don't know about y'all, but I always feel weird about giving products away that I actually put on my face, like concealers, anything that has a doe foot applicator that I put on my face. I'm not gonna put it on my face. I'm just gonna swatch it a little bit on my hand. Even doing this, I feel weird with just giving the product away because it touches, like I'm touching it. But this one is number 11, which I feel is pretty close to my foundation shade, so I may not use this one. This one will be given away. And then the last one is number 10. Oh yeah, number 10 is gonna be my concealer shade. So let's use number 10. So the doe foot applicator is a good size. This does claim to be a cakeless concealer, so we will see about that. And it's also supposed to be a full coverage too. So it's going on pretty thin. It feels really thin, but the color looks like it's a good under eye brightening concealer for me. All right, I don't know if this is gonna dry down fast, so I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the concealer under my eyes. Yeah, that's a good color. And I take it on the lid as well. Okay. That is a good color. It feels so thin though. Like it doesn't feel, well, it does say cakeless, so it's not supposed to be a cakey concealer. But it feels really thin and lightweight. Even when I blended it out, it feels like it kind of just blended into the skin, like it kind of blended into my foundation, but I can still see where it kind of brightened up my under eyes. So I feel like I can go over it again with another layer, but I'm not gonna do that. But it does claim to be a full coverage concealer, so doesn't it? Yeah, full coverage concealer. And it looks more so like a buildable, medium to buildable coverage concealer, but the color is nice. Now, the concealers that I would recommend to you guys would be Too Faced Super Coverage Concealer, for sure. That one's really good. The Fenty Beauty Concealer I like. Another one would be, I think my top concealers from Sephora would be the Too Faced Full Coverage Concealer. That's definitely one of my top ones. And like I mentioned earlier, the Urban Decay the Urban Decay Naked Concealer. That one's another good one. So definitely recommend those two. And then I don't know how this one's gonna wear on the skin throughout the day, but as far as my first impression, it is not bad at all. Now the setting powder that I'm using is not from Sephora, it's actually from Ulta, and it's the new Makeup Revolution loose setting powder in the shade Deep Honey. I just picked this up the other day and I figured I'd go ahead and try it out in today's video since some of the products I'm using are new. Not all, but I figured I'd go ahead and try it out and share it with you guys. But the powders that I love from Sephora is the Fenty Beauty, where is it? Here it is. The Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Setting Powder. I use the shade Honey. This is just a smaller one. They do have a larger size, but I think this is like the perfect size. Another setting powder. Oh girl, I could go on and on and on about the Too Faced Peach Perfect. I always talk about that one in all of my Sephora Favorites videos. The Pretty Vulgar Translucent Setting Powder is good, which I always talk about in my Sephora recommendations. Another one, I'm trying to open this thing while I talk about powder. My top ones would be the Too Faced Peach Perfect and then the Pretty Vulgar Translucent Setting Powder. Marc Jacobs Coconut Setting Powder is really, really good. It's a little price. It's not that price. Finally got it open. But it's not that pricey. It's just, it's a high-end setting powder, but it's good. And again, I will have all of what I'm talking about down below in the description. So yeah, this is the new Makeup Revolution setting powder in the shade Deep Honey. And when you open it up, you have a mirror inside right here. And then this is what the packaging looks like on the inside. Okay, so you have a top, which was right here. I'm assuming once you get done, you just put this on. That way the mirror won't get dirty from the powder, because it honestly doesn't make sense to have a mirror in here with the powder right here because it's gonna get all over the mirror. But anyway, you have a top to just put on, but that's just doing too much. Anywho, let's just see how the powder works. I'm gonna mess up the mirror anyway, but I always like to just shake up. See that? It's already getting messy. Some of the powder just came out on the side of here. But I honestly don't care about having a mirror in here. But I'm gonna take the same sponge and we are going to set my under eyes with this. Okay, right off the bat, this stuff gets extra messy. Yeah, it gets really messy. So that's what it looks like. Just say if you had it in your makeup bag and it just kind of turned upside down without putting this in it, this is what you're gonna get, a big old mess. But the powder itself, I like the color. The color looks pretty close to the Too Faced, not the Too Faced, but the Fenty Beauty Honey shade. So I like the color. All right, so now that we have my concealer set, I do like how the powder is really, really, really finely milled. I just don't like how the packaging, like I don't like the packaging at all, like at all. So far that's the only thing I don't like about it, but I don't know how it's gonna look if I wear this face for 8 hours. I am filming late. I gotta stop filming so late, but I can't do a wear test because I'm filming pretty late. But I will update you guys on the powder in another video. But so far I do like how it set my concealer. It doesn't look too powdery. It actually is a good color. But yeah, that's the powder. All right, so that looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I still can kind of see a little bit of a, like, it doesn't look too matte like a lot of my setting powders do when I apply it on my concealer. So my first impression with the setting powder is not giving me that extra matte look, but it looks natural, so I like it. But let's go into the setting, like the pressed foundation powders, which y'all already know. Y'all already know which one I'm about to share. If you don't know, it is the Sephora Micro Smooth. This is my all-time favorite pressed setting powder. Like, it's a pressed, it's kind of like a mineralized. If you use the mineralized skin finish from MAC Cosmetics, that's probably the closest thing that I can compare this to. It is like a filter on your face. It smooths your skin. It's not a heavy powder. It's really sheer, it's really light, but it makes the skin look so flawless. And I like to just put this everywhere on the face that I didn't apply my loose setting powder. Another pressed powder that I recommend is the Too Faced Born This Way. This one is a little bit more heavier than the Sephora Micro Smooth, but it does smooth out your skin. It does a great job with setting the skin. I have not worn this by itself. I know you can wear it by itself without layering it on top of a foundation, but this is a good full coverage pressed foundation powder, and this one is more of a sheer coverage, but you can build this up. And since I haven't used the Sephora Micro Smooth in a while, I'll go ahead and use that today on my face. So I'm gonna take the Sonia Kashuk the Sonia Kashuk powder brush and just pretty much buff this everywhere that I didn't apply the loose setting powder around the perimeter of my face. All right, so the face is set and it still looks really natural, really smooth and skin-like. It doesn't look too matte, and it also doesn't look too flat either. The next step I do is just go into the brows really quick and just blend out the inner part of the brow like this. This just kind of makes it look more faded right there so it doesn't look choppy. I pulled out a bronzer I haven't used in a good minute on my channel, and that is the Bobbi Brown bronzer in the shade Deep 4. I pulled it out this time because I know I talk about it, but I don't really use it as much as I did in the past, but I want you guys to see how it looks on me. But this is the deepest shade, and I've mentioned several times that it looks lighter inside the packaging, but once you apply it on your skin, it's like it kind of, I don't know what it is about this bronzer, but when you look at it, it looks pretty light. But once you apply it, girl, it looks good. I'm gonna take the Hourglass I don't know what you call this brush, but this is also from Sephora. I'm just gonna take the bigger side to use this as my, to use it to apply the bronzer. So I'm just gonna bronze up the sides of my face and then take it the temples of my forehead. It's just the perfect amount of warmth on the skin, and I could actually swirl my brush in here and then apply it, and it's still not too much. Some bronzers, they're like super duper pigmented, which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I don't like that it's pigmented, but some bronzers that I have are really pigmented, and all I have to do is just tap my brush in it. But this one is so packed. Like, how do I explain this? It's pigmented, but it's not. It's kind of like you're putting on a blush. You know how when you put on a blush, not too much of the color shows up? That's how this bronzer is. So you don't have to worry about putting on too much of the product the first time, like the first few swatches or swipes of your brush, because it just picks up just enough. And I love this bronzer. It's so nice. Another one that I recommend is, of course, the Fenty. I use the shade Cocoa Naughty and Mocha Mommy. Both of those work for me. I always like to use Cocoa Naughty not only as my all over face bronzer, but I also like to kind of use it for the sides of my nose, because this shade is not too red. Even though the Bobbi Brown, I mean, I could have used Bobbi Brown as my nose contour or bronzer. I don't know, I just like to kind of snatch my nose like this. But I could have used Bobbi Brown if I wanted to, but I just picked this one up because I'm talking about it anyway. Another bronzer that I recommend is the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer. I use a shade Mahogany. That's another one that's really, really good if you haven't tried out. But yeah, I'm going to take a little bit more of my powder. This time I'm taking the Fenty powder and just setting the sides of my nose. And I like to just let the powder sit here while we go into our eyeshadow. I have 3 palettes in front of me, and all 3 of them are Pat McGrath. Oh, I have one more too, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette in collaboration with Jackie Aina. So this is a good buy. If you have not picked up the Jackie Aina palette yet, this is a great time to get your hands on it. This is how it looks. I'm pretty sure you guys already have seen this millions of times, but get your hands on this palette if you don't have it already. It is so worth it. The one that I want to use today is Pat McGrath because these are the new ones that I just purchased. I got powder all over them, but these are the new quads, and I just purchased these and shared them in my Sephora haul a couple of weeks back. So I grabbed this nice neutral everyday one. It doesn't have the name on it, but the other one is a purple and blue, like a really pretty colorful one. Another one that I have in front of me is the Mothership 5 right here. So I don't even know what look I want to do today. I just know I wanted to kind of dip into the Pat McGrath palette since I haven't used these on my channel yet. I'm gonna take the shade out of here, this brown color right here, and I'm just gonna put this as my first shade, I guess as my like transition shade, and we're just gonna put it right here in the crease. All right, so I'm gonna dip into this one right here, and I'm going to take my finger and dip into this brown color right here. And this is like a really pretty dark copper looking color, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid like this. Oh wow, that's pretty. That is pretty. I kind of like that. I kind of don't even want to do anything else. Just pop on some lashes and be done. I might do that, girl. I might do that because I don't know. I just like a simple look. And I kind of want to just stay with this. Let's see. I'm going to take that brush again and just blend the crease. By the way, this is my Morphe M504 blending brush. Just blend out the crease of the, just blending out the crease again so those shades can blend together. I'm actually gonna play with the gold in here too. I'm just gonna put my finger in it, and ooh, that is a pretty gold. And I'm gonna lightly tap this over the brown that we applied, and then taking that blending brush and then buffing the crease out again. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of that red shade right here using my finger still. Now I know if you use a brush, the shades are gonna show up so much more, but I wanted this look to be really simple looking. So using my finger, I like how it looks with my finger, but I'm just tapping this over that gold, kind of tapping it in the middle. All right, so that's all I'm gonna do. So that just kind of makes it look like you have on, you see some brown, you see gold, and you also see a little bit of red. So it's not too bold, but it's there, which is kind of what I was going for. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my lashes, mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so the lashes made this look 10 times better. I smoked out my bottom lash line using that purple in the Mothership 5. I kind of mixed the purple in with the brown. So yeah, that's what I did there. And the lashes I'm wearing are the Ardell Remy lashes in the style 778. I actually just got the new Anastasia lashes in the mail today. I don't know why. Dang, I should have just used those in today's video. What was I thinking? I'm just so used to applying these Ardell lashes. I should have just used those. I haven't even opened the box. It's still sitting right there in front of me. Haven't even opened the box. But Anastasia does have new lashes. I'm gonna use those in another video. Well, my next makeup tutorial video, I will use those in that video. But that's what the eyes look like now. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of dust away or just pat in that setting powder on the sides of my nose, and then taking my big powder brush, going over it. I just realized I put on bronzer with the Hourglass brush, and I wasn't even going to use this brush in this video. I was going to use the Sephora 50, which is the brush. This is the bronzer brush you need in your collection. It is so good. If you don't own a bronzer brush, or if you're wanting a new bronzer brush that is really, really fluffy, really soft, and it's gonna really diffuse the bronzer on your skin, make it look super airbrushed, soft, and just beautiful, get this brush. I have on a little bit of the bronzer on the brush, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit more, bronze up the face a little bit more, because you can never go wrong with bronzing and warming up the face. Put this in your cart right now. Pause this video, put this in your cart. I know it sold out at one point, but it's back in stock. I think it's still back in stock. If it is, go ahead and put this in your cart. Again, this is the Sephora Pro Flawless Light Powder Brush, and the number is 50. Get it. I'm gonna be using these new highlighters by Nabla. I got the shade Lucent Jungle, and then the shade Adults Only. This one I feel will look so pretty as a blush, or even a blush topper. Now these aren't available at Sephora. You can get these at Ulta, but I have a strong feeling that this color will look so pretty as a blush topper, and also as a, look at that girl. Let me just swatch it so y'all can see. Look, this reminds me of the shade in the Jackie Aina palette. Look, girl, that is, this cute. Yeah, I'm gonna use that as my blush. And the other one is called Adults Only, and this is the gold one. So they have 6 new shades. These are just the 2 that I like out of all of them. And I feel this will be gorgeous on deeper complexions. Let me show you. The packaging is super cute too. It's like a clear pink packaging, and then this is what, girl. Woo! They also have new brushes too. I'm gonna take the Bone Mine brush, and I'm gonna use this one as my blush brush today. I like the gold. I like it. It feels heavy. This is a nice brush. Look at her. Hopefully it looks good. Ooh, and it's pretty pigmented, so I don't want to apply too much because I don't know how this is gonna look. There we go. Ooh, that's pretty, and it gives me the right amount of sheen, even though I'm still gonna go on it, like on top of it with a highlighter. But yeah, this is pretty by itself, or if you just want to wear it as a blush topper, this will be really pretty as a blush topper. I put too much on this side. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. If you ever put too much blush on, just take a big powder brush and go over it like this. And it just kind of fades it out a little bit, but that's a pretty color. I like. I also got another new brush from Nabla. This is their highlighter brush. So they sent over their PR, and I was excited about these highlighters, y'all. So let's see how this looks. I should have sprayed my face first. Yeah, let me spray my face so it can just really glisten a little bit more. I'm gonna take the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Antioxidant Glow Water, another spray or another product that I highly recommend from Sephora. I love the Too Faced Hangover Replenishing Mist. This one's also really good. Love the sprayer on this too. It reminds me of the Morphe Continuous Mist, but it doesn't continue to spray like the Morphe. So this one, I'll show you guys. It just stops, but you still have to keep spraying it if you want to keep putting on the product. But now that the face is set, let's put on some highlighter. Let's see how this gold is gonna look, which I'm pretty sure it's gonna look pretty cute. There we go. Okay. She's pretty. She's gold. She is there. I usually go in with inner corner highlight. Actually, let me do that. I'm gonna take the shade, this lighter shade right here in the palette, and use that as my inner corner highlight. Oh yeah. Ooh, that definitely brightened up the eyes. And my battery is about to die. Good thing I'm pretty much done with this tutorial. The last step is the lips. So I'm gonna do a nude lip because I just feel like nude goes with everything. But I wanna do, I don't know, I'm juggling between these Hourglass glosses, this Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss, the Natasha Denona lipstick. Ooh, I have a new lip liner. This is KKW Beauty, my first lip product from KKW Beauty. I have the shade Nude 3, and it's a brown, really pretty brown. Ooh, that is creamy. That's so creamy. But there it is right there. I'm just gonna put this on. Do I wanna take, I'm not gonna take the lip balm off. I'm just gonna keep it on. I'm gonna line my lips with this. And you can't get this from Sephora. You get this from Ulta. But this lipstick, the Natasha Denona lipstick in the shade Sammy, this is the perfect nude. It is so good. I'm gonna put this on to pair with it. It's so good. Like, I honestly don't even have to wear a lip liner with this color, but I still do it anyway. And it's creamy too, really creamy. And I'm gonna put on a little bit more brown liner. And I wanna go on top of that with this Hourglass Gloss in the shade Strike. This is another nude color. I feel like I honestly don't need a gloss on top of the lips, but I just wanna be extra and just put on some gloss. Just a little bit though. And that is the look. All right, so this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this video. I tried to have everything in one video, so I gave you guys my recommendations. I gave you guys a couple of first impressions, and I also shared some of my favorites from Sephora as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you're gonna be shopping the sale. Let me know what you're thinking about picking up. Let me know if there's anything that you tried out that I shared in today's video. What are your thoughts on the products? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let's talk about it. So let's go ahead and chit chat down below in the comment section. Also, I do giveaways on my channel every single month. So every month I give away one box to one person, and it's really easy to enter. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up this video, as well as leave a comment down below in the comment section. And I don't want the comments to be anything about the giveaway. Let's talk about the Sephora sale. Let's talk about if you're going to be shopping it, if you're not going to be shopping it. And just all the products that you are wanting to pick up during the sale if you are going to be shopping it. So yes, that is all that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know by giving it a huge thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.